think you're really cool. I like you a lot. Maybe we can hang out or something. Hey, I think you're really cool. I like you a lot. Maybe we can hang out or something.
I wonder if you can hear the song Gloria playing on my headphones, or just the wind noise. Kind of got skunked again. Couple of bites, but chased off by dolphins. The biggest thing is this is kind of exploratory and exercise. I'm heading back in. Straight back over there is Alljoy boat ramp. All the way back over in there, this is Bull Creek that I'm on, and it circles around and goes into Savage Creek, which is where that house, or that octagon or the square roof thing, it's actually a boat pier, private dock into where the houses are. That's private island, Savage Island. Yeah, despite its misleading name. Straight over there is Palmetto Bluff, and I believe that's Moreland, over by the Moreland Cemetery and the Moreland boat ramp, way back over there in the trees. Then that over there would be putting you back over towards the oyster factory in Bluffton, and right up here going across me would be the May River. And it kind of surprised me, and looking at the map, I knew that Bull Creek went all the way through, ran into Savage Creek, and you could just go ahead and keep going straight and it would dump you out into Cooper River or Cooper Creek, and that would dump you into the Calabogue Sound, and then further along it would dump you into the Atlantic. But I didn't know that Savage Creek connected all the way over into May River over there, that this was just a big loop. So that would be interesting to do the whole loop just to see everything. Yeah, this is South Carolina on a Thursday, and it looks like I'm about to get rained on. Now I'll probably make it to the boat ramp unless I get sidetracked, but the clouds are coming in kind of quickly from this way. I'm gonna do a big U-turn, or a big 360 back over that way around the corner, and that area is going over to McKay Creek, where I normally launch out of, where I've done a lot of fishing or kayaking out of. You can see the high level clouds, and then this death cloud right here. That's going to be exciting, I think, here shortly. Got a piece of cut bait, a mullet head, that I was just kind of trolling along just to say I was still fishing, even though fishing is, the bite's off. I had the gift of impeccable ability to miss the bite by minutes, and it's, you know, it is what it is. But the biggest thing is I wanted to see this. I've seen it from the boat ramp. Sunsets over here are phenomenal. It goes down, and I've seen the sunset from the oyster factory and from Alljoy. Phenomenal. The boat ramp, Hague, I think, is a boat ramp over off McKay Creek. And if you keep going up McKay Creek, obviously it goes goes into the Chesapeake River and the Broad River. Beaufort is that way. Port Royal and Paris Island is over that way. And it went from this brilliant sun to starting to cloud up, which was the forecast. I've been kicking around for about 6 hours now, 7 hours. I would like to tell you that I was able to drift a lot of that, but I wasn't. I was actually kicking. If you look down at my feet there, the marks on my feet right there, I get in more trouble desperately needing to urinate than any 6 people I know. Coming off the Colleton River yesterday, it was raining like a son of a gun, and I just stayed out in it. I didn't care. Still don't care, you know. I'm not gonna melt. As long as there's no lightning, I don't care. You're gonna let it rain, you know. It's warm, the rain is warm, the wind is warm, so it's not that big a deal. So got to the boat ramp and figured I would just, you know, water the lilies right there. But the dude getting his boat out of the water, decided he was going to wipe down the entire dash and interior of his boat up on the ramp. And not like with fresh water, he just had a rag. It's like, dude, come on, you need to wash it with fresh water and not right there. So he was staying there forever, so I just threw the wheels under this thing and drug it up the ramp, went behind a bush, and I had my Eddie Bauer specials here. These are awesome, by the way. Great water shoes, perfect thickness to protect you from shells, oysters, and wow, I've got Bon Jovi, I'm Gonna Live Forever. Quick aside, if you haven't downloaded the QHRP, the Q105.3 app, it is like the 80s. A lot of music that came out while I was in the Marine Corps. So that puts it from 83 to 88. Plus there's some stuff from when I was in high school. So it's a good station. I recommend it. And I'm streaming it over my iPhone with the hapless and useless Verizon. Anyways, so I finally get behind the weeds and I've got to go so bad it's hurting. And normally you can like pull the pedals out and pee in the hole right there and everything's good. You know, you wash the boat off when you get out of the water anyways, soap and water. So just don't do it on your drive. That's nasty. So I'm over on behind the bushes, and I've waited as long as I could because that idiot is sitting there at the boat ramp, and I'd probably peed anyways if it was just him. But his wife got out, and I'm like, oh, come on. So anyways, I'm behind the bush finally, and I'm like, man, I got something in my sandal. It feels like it's trying to eat me. And look down, I didn't stop because there was no stopping. I was standing on a fire ant hill, so I got the hell bit out of me by fire ants right there. Very nice, completely worth it. Let me shake this. Now, you know what? Let's just put this back there. And maybe I'll just chuck this. Very nice. The hook and the fish came off. Now, I'd like to tell you I was intending to do that, but I was not. The good thing about it is that I found that hook setting on the boat ramp over off McKay Creek and just tied it on. So no, zero cost to me. Frustrating things is that the continuous and non-stop just bombarding of political ads on the radio right now. There's one of the bridges going from Bluffton to Hilton Head that way. You can see it straight over there. I would say that that's the one going over McKay Creek. Basically because I can't see another bridge over here. Yeah, it's November 22nd. Oh, you know what that means, don't you? It means the the ex-wife's birthday is today. Yay! I mean, don't get me wrong. The fact that she's still breathing is a minor miracle. So, God love her, she made it another year. Not that I'm perfect, but, you know. It's funny, I'm going into the wind, and the tide it's kind of a slack tide. It's high tide right now, but it's kind of at slack. It hasn't started receding yet, which is why it's so choppy. Maybe some of you don't know that when the wind is coming the opposite direction of the current, it creates this chop right here. And even with all that and me not really applying myself, I'm not, this effort that it's taking to push these right here is it's like walking up a slight incline, just walking. is about the amount, as much effort that is here. I'm not fully extending my legs, and I don't have the pedals shorter. There's adjustments down there. They're at 2. If I brought them back to 1, that would make the stroke a lot shorter, making the flippers go to their first full cycle like this, and making each pedal stroke a lot more effective in pushing me forward through the water. But this is kind of, I'm kind of almost reclined, and just pushing a little bit on the pedals, and I'm going into the wind with the cross current, and I'm going almost 2 miles an hour. So there's that, just a reference. You can see the bridge a lot better now over there. Now, that may be the second bridge. Now that I'm seeing over there, that may be the first bridge, and then that one the second bridge, which makes that right there Windmill Harbor. It's kind of cool. That's kind of high ditch in there. They've actually got doors on their harbor so they can control the level of the water inside the harbor. You know, kind of like the Panama Canal. It's kind of a cool place. Right back over here from that, as you go on the McKay Creek, that way further, just about dead that way, would be the Crazy Crab restaurant, and there's a creek right behind it that's called Jarvis Creek. Supposedly there's a lot of fish in there, but the last 2 days have been bucket list days for me. I've wanted to go this way. I wanted to see what Savage Creek was. I wanted to see what Bull Creek was, see what it looked like. And I don't know about you, but this is one hell of a creek. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see the on the Colleton River. If you go on Google Earth and go to Bluffton and go up by Victoria Bluff, that's the main piece of land over there. There's a ramp right there. I think that's called Trask boat ramp, and you put in there, and I also refer to it as Sawmill Creek. Sawmill Creek is, I think, the access road straight across from the Tanger One outlet stores. And Sawmill Creek, you put in at the boat ramp, and then there's a biological agricultural center. I think they're breeding shrimp, or they're doing testing on shrimp, or they're doing something there, and it's a secure facility, so maybe they're making mutant shrimp, I don't know. And you go down further towards Rose Hills on Colleton River, there's a entrance kind of like this right here, and that's called Sawmill Creek. And you go back inside there, and it reminds me quite a bit of this, except for there's mansions on that side of it. There's all the mansions from Berkeley Hall and Rose Hills, and there's a third one over there, which always escapes me. But if you look on Google Earth and you follow it, the Colleton River, out toward the Chesapeake, just as you get past the houses, there'll be boat ramps or boat docks off the houses. There's an estuary off to the left, and I wanted to see what that was, and it takes you all the way back almost to the boat ramp, and there's just a narrow finger of marsh grass between the Colleton River and this estuary that maybe at a high tide you could just bull your way through the weeds and right back into it. You don't have to go all the way back around. But it was raining real bad, and I wanted to see what that was. Supposedly it's a lot of fast moving water in there, and it's true, it is very fast moving water. And there's a grounded sailboat that got away in one of the hurricanes, and a big old piece of dock right next to it. So I of course had to get on top of that and hop around. Maybe the Google Earth satellite will get a picture of the orange kayak and a retard standing on a grounded sailboat. Now, these people are actually supposed to slow down when they pass me, which of course they will not. Let's make them famous. You guys are inconsiderate bastards. But actually, I really don't care. I prefer it that they don't, because it'll cause some wakes, and then yeah, I can hop the wake and amuse myself. So I'm gonna cut this thing off and probably edit the crap out of it. I don't know how much of it will be laying on the cutting room floor, if any of it will even make it. And we'll see. All right, thanks. Bye.